I thought there was a lot of good things out there. There's plenty of room for improvement for us, and we'll have a great chance to watch the film later and evaluate ourselves. But I thought overall we competed well, and I thought we executed pretty well as well.
Justin, just coming into this, not really game planning for some of their looks up front in terms of pass protection. How much were you guys able to learn? And Brandon said testing your rules. How much were you able to do that over these last 2 days?
Yeah, that's a good question. We tried to do our best early on of watching preseason games, watching their tape last year, and figuring out a protection plan. Saw some different things out there yesterday, so we were able to go to the meeting rooms and kind of adjust and have a new plan going in today. And I thought we answered better. We're more firm up front, so I thought those guys up front did a great job today.
Do you like that, coming in and maybe having to learn on the fly a little bit? That's kind of how Austin described it. Is that a good process for you as a quarterback, from yesterday to today?
Yeah, I'd love to have as much time as possible to watch film and get to know an opponent, but I thought for a scrimmage day we handled that well. We bounced back, and that's a really good front line that they've got up there. And to see those guys fly around up close and personal, I think it's a great job for us to be able to learn and grow from that and continue to compete against those guys. So it's been good for us.
Michael Parsons said yesterday, but between plays or periods, you gave him some feedback, some insight that kind of helped him become a better player. Just curious what your advantage was of that conversation.
I don't know if I can. I think he's about as special as it gets. I don't know if I have much to offer him. He's much faster, much stronger than me, so I don't have any defensive moves to help him out. I was just talking with him, in between play calls and stuff like that, but he's a great person. I'm really looking forward to watching him this year.
In a system where the veterans don't play in the preseason, how would you describe what these 2 days were for you and the importance of it?
It means everything to us. To have these live reps of treating them like a game-like situation. That's where we get our reps, or that's where we get our practice. And since we're not playing in the preseason, we need to take advantage of these reps. And we did. We felt like we really got after it the past couple of days, and to go up against a team like that, I think it's a great learning lesson for us as well to see a team that flies around like that and a front seven like they've got. So I thought it was a great opportunity for us.
Justin, why do you throw so many balls after practice?
I need to be the best quarterback that I can be, and I go after practice, and if I miss any throws that day, it's important to me to figure them out and take care of my body as well. So I'm going to go ice and make sure I'm ready to go tomorrow. I think it's just based on whatever happened that day. If there were a couple throws during practice that maybe I missed, or maybe I felt like I could have done better, after practice is the time to address those. And I can get as mad or as happy after practice as I want, but during practice I need to be level-headed and focused, and you can't let the last play affect your next one. So that's kind of the purpose of that after practice.
Are you mad? So when you're doing that, are you mad when you're out there doing those extra throws?
No, it's just practice. So it's just a chance to go out there, and we've always got a bunch of receivers that come catch balls, and it's great to have those guys because they make me a lot better. So it's been fun.
Keenan said that if you throw one after practice and it's not the right spiral, you'll do it again. Is that accurate?
No, it's more so of a feel in the pocket. It's being able to step up and deliver a strike, and a lot of it's placement of the ball where it is. I feel like the spiral has something to do with it, but not entirely, and I think it's more important that I get a good feel of climbing up in the pocket, setting up, and giving a good ball to the receiver.
Was that something you did in high school or college, or when did you kind of start doing that?
I think that's just part of playing quarterback. It's kind of just what I grew up doing, and I feel like I've taken good care of my arm to the point where I can handle that. And as a quarterback, I need to be my best for these guys. And if I let them down during practice, I need to stay out after practice and work and continue to be the best I can be for those guys. So it means a lot to have those guys out there catching for me and being around, because it's all us together.
Was it one specific throw you were working on today, or it looked like you were making the same throw?
There was a few. Yeah, there was probably 5 or 6. Sometimes one takes longer than the other to get that good feel that you want at quarterback. But I thought overall, it's a great opportunity for me to go get better, and it doesn't get much better than this out here in the sun. So to have receivers like that and have my coaches behind me, it doesn't get any better than that.
How did you ever compliment your receiving core?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Ever compliment your receiving core?
Yeah, he's done a great job so far. He's able to break man coverage so easily, and he's able to attack leverages, and he's got a good understanding of football and the way that people guard him. And so to have him step up and learn the offense as quickly as he did, he's another playmaker, another guy that you can go to on third down to give Keenan or Mike maybe some time off on those third downs. So it's huge to have him around.
Going back to yesterday, what was your
in camp? Where's your excitement level about where this team is right now for the outlook of the year? Where's your excitement level for it?
Yeah, I'm really excited for this team. I think we are miles ahead of where we were at this point last year. Haven't been in the same offense, same defense. We've added a couple guys on defense that are going to make a huge impact. It's been really fun to go up against those guys because they made us a lot better. And the whole thing that Coach Staley's been preaching is competition, and we've certainly had our fair share of competition. And J.C. Jackson, Kyle Van Noy, Khalil Mack, those guys stepped in and they made a huge impact, and it's been really fun to play against those guys.
Justin, going back to yesterday, what was your reaction when Derwin got his deal done?
I'm so happy for him. I can't stop smiling about the whole thing because he's so deserving of it. I've only gotten to know him for a few years, but it's been an absolute honor to be his teammate, and he's deserved every penny of that. And to have him, the leader, the competitor, the teammate, the friend, he's about as good as it gets. So to have him, I know the Chargers are better off with him.
You just kind of went through a list of things he means, but everyone says he's like at the heart of the team and whatnot. Like, is there any example that comes to mind when you think like we follow Derwin James, or this is what Derwin James exactly means to us?
I think a good example is that the whole contract negotiation part. He hadn't been practicing, but it was like he was. He was taking reps, walkthroughs. He was out there working. We saw that, and we knew how much football means to him, especially this team. And for him to have to deal with that, because I know it's not up to him. If it were up to him, he'd be out there practicing and he'd be doing every rep just like I would be out there. But we knew that. We feel that, and we know that that's Derwin. And whenever they got that settled in, I was expecting him to practice yesterday. I think Coach Staley kind of held him out, but Derwin's just a competitor, and I really respect that about him.
Justin, your coaches talk about you as a perfectionist. I think it's evident just based on how much time you spend after practice. But how do you balance that part of you, that you want to be perfect, and just the inevitable fact that playing quarterback in the NFL, you're gonna make mistakes?
Yeah, it's an interesting thought, because I always tell myself, I've made it farther than I ever thought I was going to, and so at this point, if I just do my best, I can't complain. I go out there, and if I work as hard as I can on every single rep, and I go out after practice, I could fail and I could still be proud of myself. And to have that mindset and knowing that, I'm not going to be perfect. I'm going to throw interceptions. I'm going to throw incompletions, unfortunately. But it's all about bouncing back and doing your best. And if I can have that mentality going into each week, I know that I'll give my best, and I'll give everything I've got for this team.
As you guys go into the final stretch here of training camp, is there any one or two things that you want to make sure that you guys kind of nail down as you get ready for the season?
Yeah, I think there are little slight modifications of the offense that we can figure out. Kind of things that you put in maybe 202, 303 courses that aren't as easy as, entry-level stuff that we've got in our offense. So continuing to work on our cadence, our pre-snap adjustments, our alignments, and everything that we can kind of mix up between different coverages that the defense are playing. So there's plenty of us to kind of work on, and especially important in these next couple of weeks.
How comfortable are you feeling with changing up your cadence? It seems like you're getting pretty comfortable just because you've drawn the defense off sides a few times here in training camp, and it's something that you said, you really tried to add to your game for the season. Just how comfortable are you feeling with it?
I think it's really important for a quarterback because it's another level of the game that you can kind of take advantage of the defense. And having Corey, and especially where he's from, and all the things that they did over there, he's got a great feel for it. And so he's been on me about that. And the offensive line, they love that when they get a jump on the defense, or maybe those guys are jumping off side. So any free play that we can get, I think it's huge, helpful for our offense.
Is this type of thing that you can watch tape on? Did you go see watch Aaron Rodgers and how he does it, or is it more like listening to Corey and have him tell examples and then sort of moving from there?
It's probably a little bit of both. I think Corey's got a great feel for that, and so we've picked up a lot of the cadences that they used over in Green Bay. But at the same time, maybe watching the TV copies of the Green Bay games and watching Aaron Rodgers and see all the different cadences that he has, so that we're able to pick up on some of those.
With going against Joey and Khalil in practice every day, can you see in these two practices, your offensive line going up against another team, the improvements, or just practicing against those guys mixed?
Yeah, I think the competition against those guys is huge. To have Joey and Khalil on opposite ends, it's great work for our tackles, and I think it's great for game plan strategy as well, knowing that you're going into a game and having those guys to block, and it affects whether you keep the running back and tight ends to chip and get out, and so for us, we've been able to see a lot of that, and I know Trey, Storm, Rashawn, they all appreciate that, because those are two of the best in the game, and any chance you get a time to go against those guys, I think it's going to be really helpful.
Justin, at right tackle specifically, how would you assess the competition between Trey and Storm?
I don't know. That's a great question. That's probably a question for Joe Lombardi or Coach Staley. I've done my best to just be the quarterback that I can be this camp. That's all I've focused on. And I know that Trey and both Storm, they're competing, they're fighting, and I respect both of those guys very highly. I think very highly of them as teammates and athletes. So it'll be interesting to see.
What was the throwing competition like with Dak after practice?
It was just a little target practice. I think they ended up winning, but it was fun to just see those guys and hang out with them a little bit.
Do you know Dak well, or have you guys had any encounters in the past?
I've only met him a couple times, but I really respect him as a player, as a competitor as well. He's had a whole bunch of success over the past couple of years. So I just wish him good luck, stay healthy, and get after it this year.
Hey, Justin, how do you see Isaiah Spiller fitting into your offense?
Hopefully at running back. He's done a great job so far, and he's been able to pick up the offense pretty quickly, and he's a competitor, and he's one of those guys that goes in there. He's going to fight for every yard that he gets, and catches the ball pretty well. So it's going to be fun to have him back there and continuing to get him acclimated and getting ready for the games.
Justin, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Justin.
Thanks.